We are here today at the Brenthel Industries factory. Been building trucks for 20 plus years. This is actually the Baja kits they built for normal trucks. How long have you guys been here now?
3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Austin's office.
Okay. More trophies, more trophies.
My office. Our RC trucks.
Oh, yeah.
So we work with Losi to build those RC trucks. Those are really cool. We do all the wraps in here. Basically, body storage, all the body panels.
Yeah.
Got hoods, sides, and then the wrap over there, and then we install them and all the prefab stickers. So install of the wraps in here. We actually print them over here.
In like a regular race season, like what's the damage control?
When I first started driving, I would do a body every single race.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I can go 2 years on the same body.
Yeah.
You don't hit shit.
Yeah.
You're like, if you come back with a good, clean body, it's kind of a testament to how you did in the race.
Design and print.
So they all get printed, cut, stickers, bodies. So we got engineering, CNC programming, design of everything, 3D printing. So these little guys are always going. Got a bigger, older one over there. 3D printing has changed everything.
How much does the 3D printing like kind of change the game for you
Everything.
guys?
So see, all these parts, we can literally, I mean, we're testing splines. Right? So before we go in the CNC shop, you'll see out there, before we make this part, which is obviously time, expense, tooling, we can literally, we print one out, we put them on the trucks. I mean, look, you got bearings pressed in, and we fully test it. Obviously, we're not trying it on a plastic part.
No, but it fit and finish and all
absolutely.
that.
Yeah. So look, you can see splines here. It's like we're doing so.
Because I mean, back in the day, you'd have to like almost like outsource like getting like parts made to like before you could do all that. Now you do everything in house.
We do it right.
3D printing.
It's incredible.
The dash right there.
Yeah.
These parts actually end up on the vehicle.
So at first, it was kind of an issue of like, is the plastic durable? Again, you're not talking like structural components, but dash components and things like that. And now the materials can take the heat. And it's really cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we do templates, fixtures. We even do organization right there.
Yeah.
Like the Milwaukee packouts.
No, it's sick.
Put our own tools inside of them.
Specific for the race trucks.
Wow.
So on the back.
That's actually really sick. Yeah, you think about it.
That's a brand new body on the new Gen 4. So that truck's not released yet. We have them on order, but we haven't actually released one. So that's the body, and then you can see the real one. So we design them here, and then we send them out to actually have the fiberglass made. But you can see here, we design it.
C-cup, but based off the computer.
So this is a new generation vehicle, and we have a lot of goals with that truck.
Yeah.
More airflow, faster speed, and then also more efficient to remove the body panels, getting them on and off.
These trucks are at a point now where it's a Formula One car.
Yeah.
You know, like you have $1 million car that you're building, so it's like every little advantage is worth it.
We produce it, we make the body, then we scan it just to verify and test against our parts. We're making templates so we can cut all the air pockets and everything we need out, and then we'll get it out to the shop and get it on the Gen 4 chassis.
In a season, how many trucks are you guys basically running?
We build 12 to 15 trucks a year, and we service in the shop at any given time about 35. We're supporting, for most races we go to, between 5 and 10. Most races.
That's how many vehicles that we'll bring out, we'll fully support to the arrive and drive. We built 150, 60 vehicles to date. So there's more that teams have like their own team or something, but we support 5 to 10 per race.
It's pretty sick.
Where else can you go in the world and show up and leave 4 days later and be like, hey, I kind of know what I'm doing now?
It's kind of crazy. Everything that we've done is just naturally happened.
People are like, oh, what was the big business plan 20 years ago? I'm like, I really wanted a trophy truck. And then it was like, well, how do I drive? I need to coach more. And just one thing kept leading to another.
I told a couple guys the price, like, wow, it's actually pretty cheap when you think about it. These are the uprights, billet uprights. The machine
what an upright is.
Yeah, look at me, I'm big time.
Man,
really what an upright was like 20 years ago. Come on.
These are all sand car parts. New sand cars we developed, all billet. All this, you'll see the machines over here, but we do them all in-house.
It's funny because like people really don't understand how fucking strong this shit is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is based, I mean, it's military grade.
It's 70-75 aluminum, which is basically like steel. Yeah. And it's just really light and really expensive.
These are all hubs up here, so just replacement components for either new trucks or customers that have an issue, or a lot of people want spares.
That's the huge advantage with you guys too. You guys have every part on the shelf. So if one of your customers has an issue, you could instantly have the part ready for it. You're doing so many pits. Your pit crew is fucking trained up.
The Baja 500, our guys did 20 pit stops.
Brian was saying they're like 2 tires changed,
we get
full gas in like under 40 seconds.
Everything is done here. All your misalignment. 5-6 years ago, we had a machinist, and you start going to him, you're like, hey, dude, you're growing like crazy. You only had 1 machine when we started. Now you got like 4.
Yeah.
You got a lot of new clients. No, I didn't get any new clients. It's all you. I'm like, oh shit, I got another business. Yeah, we started this. This is a separate company. It's called Rebel Manufacturing.
Okay. So yeah, you're machining all these cars.
Yep. And we do some for outside people as well. That's date stamp, just so we have a batch number on them. Again, it's control, right? Yeah. If you want to change something or make something different, we can knock it out right here overnight.
Full-time laser team, and then full-time bending. Sub-weldment department right here.
That piece behind you is a rear end. So we do all of our own rear end now. All arms are on the shelf, as you can see. Lower control arms. That's actually a bumper. We have all bumpers custom made ahead of time. This is a luxury pre-runner.
So with the pre-runner, the biggest benefit is obviously having the cab. You got AC, you're chilling.
It makes it more comfortable so you can do more miles.
Yeah, it's still very fucking capable.
It's the exact same heat, but as much of the race truck as we can. We literally just configure the chassis to fit the cab. We even made the seat placement, and the steering wheel is identical to your race.
That's actually amazing.
It's our brand new Gen 4 cab.
Okay. The evolution of these trucks, is it from the experience, or is it now technology getting better and better? Like you're being able to build things that you dreamed of building before, where it's like now you can actually do it.
It's experience more. I mean, I think Jordan and I have a huge advantage compared to other builders because we are the only ones that actually drive them, and race them, and know how to build them and engineer them. We don't weld much anymore. At all.
We get to feel it, right? You go out there, like you can actually feel the difference. It's not just like looking at it from outside. I mean, driver input is great. We get driver input for everyone, but sometimes you have to put all those together and really figure out, how we can make it better, how we can make it
I guess
faster.
it's also a game too of like someone might have input and you're like, I don't know about that.
Like driver preference.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's like, okay, what should we do to make the truck, better in this way or this way? And then what's a preference for a certain driver?
That is an all-wheel drive trophy truck on a rotisserie right there. The rotisserie really helps you be able to weld underneath. Those are where all of our bench welding gets done.
All parts.
All sub-assembly.
Our whole area to get ready for a race. So as you can see, fuel drums. So we got full-time guys literally just doing beadlocks. You come back from a race.
Let's say you go down to the Baja 1000. How many tires are you going to take with you?
Every how many trucks
get around.
Fucking A.
So when we bring 10 guys,
trucks,
that's 250.
250 tires down
And thousands of gallons of fuel.
So these are sand cars.
Fucking A, look at these things. They're pretty badass. Batmobiles. If you remember that dash from inside.
That yellow part.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the actual part, and then it's all covered. iPads, full swinging doors, use the blackout system for the coolers, iPad in the middle.
How long have you guys been building these now?
Brand new. Probably took us 3 years to build the first one.
We built 4 total so far, but all the suspension is fully billet. So
what do these run flat out through the sand?
Speed?
I don't know.
I mean, we barely tested them, honestly. They're supercharged LS3s. They're all built internals, 120.
So what do they rate them horsepower-wise?
These ones are like 700. I mean, you could turn up the boost on it and new internals, and you can literally have 1,500, 2,000 in a second. Same motor. This is a 2-seater version, and that's a 4-seater version.
What's the thing going to be out the door?
$1 million.
Fuck it.
This has a lot of options and and all that stuff, so they don't have to be that much. You want it
I mean, if you're going to do it, right?
750, but then this one in that range, 800.
supercharged,
1,000 horsepower.
air conditioning, of course. So you got to stuff a lot of stuff into the chassis, of course. Everything a race truck, and then everything, well, a lot of the features that regular trucks might have.
This one's got a winch in the front, winch in the back, got a billet badge for Brenthel on the front.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. Hydraulic jacking system.
Yeah.
So if you get a flat tire, you just hit a button and lift the truck up. All custom level interior.
Got the third seat too, that's it.
Yeah. Steering wheel, there's even tilt wheel and sequential paddle shifting.
Basically, that side's mainly customers, and then
And
Jordan and I own 7 right now.
And we have 6, 7 trucks out right now.
7
Between the race and the school. Like a lot of these guys, they purchase a truck either new or used or whatever. And these guys, most of them, I think, have never put it on the trailer. Our crew digs it out, they drop it off, they put it back on. Someone will land in a helicopter, get out, get their suit and their helmet, and then that's it.
That's a huge benefit, right? Being able to just like show up, get in the truck, and then leave.
We've had a lot of guys that used to run their own program, and once they get here, they're like, dude, I will never do it on my own again. It's like kind of nice. They all run businesses, or they're retired, but it's like, either way, they'd rather be having fun doing something else.
I'd say it's going to equate to more time in the truck.
Just like everything else, right?
Instead of less time trailering the truck, more time in the truck. Hey, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for letting us come in and checking it out.
You bet.
The Brenthel brothers, they're doing it big.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Trying.
Check it out.